Wolves are team players and they usually hunt in packs. They are pros at isolating prey and locating weak, sick, and injured animals. If you want to see these crafty hunters in action, it's time. So let's get started. Wolves hunt in packs, and you have a great example of this in our thumbnail as the wolf pack surrounds its prey, preparing to strike to take it down and make the kill. When a pack of wolves attacks her calf, the mother of a newborn moose seeks to interfere, but I feel it's too late. The wolves kill the young moose even when the mother attacks. They just avoid being squashed by the mother's strong legs and swallow the calf. The huge moose returns several times to defend her kid, but she is unsuccessful each time. The bull in this video is tired and severely wounded and surrounded by 7 wolves in a creek drainage. He attempts to escape, but the wolves are relentless. The pack chases the elk behind a ridge where he collapses and the kill is complete. In the hopes of escaping a pack of ravenous wolves, this elk flees across the heavy snow. The wolves have a lot of stamina and endurance, and as the chase progresses, they move closer to the elk, eventually taking it down and killing it. It was only a matter of time before the wolves reaped the fruits of their labor. Whether it's a nice day or it's a stormy winter day, wolves need to eat, so when they spot an elk in this video, even though it's in the dead of winter, they go for the kill. Using their strength and willpower, the 2 wolves manage to eventually take down the elk. It's not an easy task because the elk is quite big and strong. At the most fundamental level, all creatures are concerned with 2 things: eating and not being eaten. How animals in North America, such as elk, react to those anxieties is largely determined by what is attempting to consume them. Wolves, capable of traveling hundreds of miles in a few days, hunt by roving, sniffing out prey, and assessing its weaknesses. They kill an elk about 5 to 15% of the time they see one. If you're an elk, those are good odds. Cougars, on the other hand, spend more time in trees or rocks waiting for prey. Their hunts are twice as successful as wolves in Yellowstone National Park's northern areas. Wolves hunt primarily in the morning and evening, whereas cougars hunt at night. This means that when elk are eating and encounter a wolf, they tend to stay still and continue eating. They are well versed in the procedure. It also implies that they will avoid regions that appear to be cougar infested, especially at night. Predator-prey interactions are complex and vary based on feed quality, prey abundance, other predators on the terrain, social behavior, and animal size. A herd of 1,000 elk will be more effective than 1 or 2 wolves in repelling an attack, just as a bison will be more effective than a deer in repelling a wolf. The wolf pack is on the prowl, but mom follows her calf into a river and remains on the riverbank to make sure the wolves will not try jumping in the water to reach the calf. I think mom is too close to the wolves, and I'm saying this because the wolves may try to take her down if they can't get to the calf. We don't find out because the video cuts short. When 2 wolves manage to isolate a musk ox calf, the herd comes running to its rescue and chase the wolves away, forcing them to abandon the hunt. The musk oxen maintain their motto, one for all and all for one, and prove it in this video. Musk oxen males stand 5 feet at the shoulder and weigh a massive 800 pounds. Aside from polar bears, they are the largest animals that roam the Arctic tundra, but even they are vulnerable to predators. A pack of Arctic wolves catches the herd and defies it, but the musk oxen scramble to form a defensive ring. The adults equipped with long hooked horns are more than a match for the war, but it's not the adults the wolves are after. The herd panics and runs. It is a fatal mistake. Their lines are broken so they cannot protect their young. The wolves separate a calf from the rest of the herd and the wolves make a kill. In this clip, a few wolves are challenging this bear for its kill. The bear won't allow it and will ferociously defend its kill. The wolves keep biting at him one at a time, making the bear see stars. After a while, there are about 15 wolves surrounding the bear, but the bear still holds its ground. The wolves finally give up and leave. Wolves are courageous animals and they'll never hesitate to challenge a bear, especially for food, but bears are formidable opponents and wolves will seldom overpower a bear, unless it's injured or the wolves are too many for the bear. If the bear has cubs, then the wolves might try to snatch a cub if they are hungry. In the wild, the 2 species evolve together and do not fight for the same foods or harass each other. Wolves are quicker and more agile than bears. Bears are bigger and heavier. The bears ignore the wolves, who, though curious, recognize the bear as too formidable an adversary to take on. However, they can clash when there is no other choice. Wolves are usually in packs of 10 or 15, so when they meet a bear, they usually gang up on it. But the bear is a powerful opponent, and even many wolves may not frighten it. This bear wants this kill, but the wolves aren't going to give it up easily. The bear won't hesitate to unleash his full fury if they don't let go. The wolves give up their kill and escape unharmed. The wolf in this video wants what this bear is having, but the bear is selfish, hungry, and will not allow the wolf near it. The wolf insists, and I'm surprised the bear doesn't just attack it. I mean, it's one-on-one here, and the bear is much bigger, but no, the bear cares more about eating and being annoyed. When a mom brings a dead rabbit back to the den, the pups feed on it without holding back. Mom watches her young and slowly walks around, scoping the area. During a snowstorm, this poor little black dog tried to protect his property when he came barking at a pack of wolves. Little did he know he would be attacked and killed in seconds. Wolf attacks on pet dogs in residential areas are uncommon, although they do occur and have become more common in recent years. Wolves can be aggressive to domestic dogs. Although confrontations between a single wolf and a domestic dog can result in play behavior, encounters between multiple wolves and a dog usually result in the wolves attacking the dog aggressively, exactly how you just saw in this video. So if you're wondering what dog can kill a wolf, the Kangal comes out on top. A Kangal's disposition is unusual in such protective and powerful animals. Yes, they can kill a wolf with a single bite, but they are also great family dogs and may be gentle around small children. A pack of wolves approaches two dogs and attacks one of the dogs. One dog is tied and can't help his friend, and it's obvious there are way too many wolves for the other dog to save himself. The wolves drag the dog farther away from the area to finish him off. A tied dog pays with his life when a wolf attacks it in the middle of the night. The dog is mangled and killed by the wolf in no time. When the wolf tries dragging the dog out of the yard, he has some trouble at first, but the rope eventually breaks and he scrams with the dead dog in his mouth. Most wolves eat primarily game, but it is not their only source of nutrition. Researchers have discovered that Alaska wolves consume salmon. They're not just scavenging salmon carcasses. This lone wolf is taking a walk in a stream, looking for something to eat, and when he almost steps on some salmon, he snatches it from the water and enjoys his meal. The fishing wolves were at it again this year, and wildlife enthusiasts are super excited to share the second ever video footage of the wolves hunting freshwater fish. The Bowman Bay Pack, which is the only pack these wildlife enthusiasts have documented fishing, has now hunted spawning white suckers 3 years in a row. While wolves are known to hunt spawning salmon in Alaska and British Columbia, this is one of the only observations of wolves hunting freshwater fish in creek and stream networks of boreal ecosystems like Voyageurs National Park. Onlookers captured several instances of the wolves hunting, chasing, and waiting to ambush suckers, but no footage of them actually catching one. They know the wolves were catching fish at the creek, as they found plenty of evidence of where the wolves were killing fish. It appears their cameras just weren't at the right places at the right time. Just as in the previous video, this is another one of the first videos ever captured of wolves hunting freshwater fish. This footage was captured by remote cameras near Voyageurs National Park, Minnesota. The sheep mom in this video did not seem to scare off a hungry wolf, so instead of just standing there, waiting to be killed, she went for a frontal attack to protect herself and her lambs, to the wolf's big surprise. The tactic worked as the wolf ran through the forest with his tail between its legs, and the sheep mother regained the title of Forest Queen. In this video, a wolf commits a massacre inside a sheep farm in Iraq. The sheep panic and look for cover, but the wolf kills whatever he could find. The presence of a sheep herder to monitor and guard the sheep is the most significant measure to decrease depredation on sheep in big pastures. Herding is already a common practice in sheep ranching, as the herder steers the sheep to food and water. During the day, the herder utilizes sheep herding dogs to keep the sheep together, making the animals more secure. Sheep that have been separated from the herd are more vulnerable to predation. A deer is attacked by two wolves along a roadway. One of the wolves bites the deer, and it appears like the deer cannot get up. The The deer is being ignored by one of the wolves, while the other one continues to bite it. A wolf demonstrates its power after it kills a deer and carries the entire deer in its mouth before dropping it in the snow. To be able to carry such a large animal in its mouth this way is a colossal task, and the wolf made it look like routine. These wolves hunt down a black buck in the open field. After taking the animal down, a few of them begin to dig in, while others are more preoccupied with what is going on around them. Two wolves can be seen attacking and mangling a black cat to death in this video. The cat fights back, but against two wolves, it's madness. Cats frequently wander the woods and nearby regions at all hours of the day and night in search of a mouse or two, so if you live in a location where wolves may exist, such as a forest, it is normal to be afraid that your cat could become victim to wolves. Wolves murdering cats is exceedingly rare. Wolves are actually quite timid and shy, and as a result, they tend to stay far away from humans, making them unlikely to approach your home. If you reside in a log cabin near a peaceful forest, your cat may come in contact with a wolf. Wolves are predators, and they will take advantage of any opportunity for an easy meal. Wolves have been known to devour cats, although this is incredibly rare. Your cats may be easily kept safe from wolves by keeping them inside at night, erecting a tall fence, and fitting your cat with a loud bell to frighten them off. Kangals are large dogs that could take on wolves. They are frightening in size, have a thick coat that protects against bites, and are fearless. Hence, they can kill wolves, but the mere sight of a Kangal can deter larger predators from attacking. It's not clear what's going on in this video, but it looks like some wolves meet their match when they come across a few Kangals. The Kangals will not back down and will fight the wolves to the death or until the wolves decide to retreat. These two wolves hold nothing back when they attack an unfortunate dog that can barely defend itself because he's tied. I don't think the outcome would have been different had the dog not been tied, but at least he would have had a fighting chance. When a dog spots a few wolves, he runs back to tell his friend, so both dogs stand side by side to watch the wolves. One of the dogs mock charges the wolves, but his friend thinks it's a real attack and ends up going alone to fight the three wolves. It's safe to say that the dog never returns. The wolf in this video is harassed by a few coyotes because they want access to his food, an elk carcass, but the wolf isn't interested in sharing. He keeps chasing the coyotes away, but they don't scare off easily. Wolves are the largest of the two species, therefore it's no surprise that their biting power or pressure per square inch is approximately 406. This is considered the most potent PSI in the canine species. Keep in mind that they typically pursue relatively huge animals as prey, such as moose. To take down an animal as powerful as that, an animal's bite strength must be extremely powerful. Coyotes have a much weaker bite power, but don't rule them out of the fight just yet. The bite power of a coyote, or PSI, is 88. They eat smaller animals and vegetation, which explains why their bite power may be less powerful when compared to wolves. Another wolf encounters some wild and crazy coyotes close to a body of water. Once the wolf tells the coyotes he's on his way, they let him leave, and he can be seen strolling along the riverbank away from the coyotes. On the Swan Flats of Yellowstone, wildlife enthusiasts were birdwatching when they spotted this enormous black wolf eating a carcass and fighting off some coyotes. It wasn't the first time they were seeing wolves. They had seen more than a dozen wolves in the Midwest and Western United States, but this was by far the largest. It was one of the most exciting wildlife sightings of their lives. The wolf pack in this video is on the prowl, trying to pick up scents from potential prey as they scope the area and get a feel for the lay of the land. Wolves live in groups. Most packs have 4 to 9 members, although they might include as few as 2 wolves or as many as 15. A pack can sometimes grow to 30 members before some individuals break off to find new territory and start their own pack. The alpha is the leader. Then there might be other rank levels such as beta, gamma, and so on. However, this is not an idea that works for wild wolves. Most wolf packs are made up of 2 parents and their pups. In this video, a grizzly remains on top of a bison carcass in Lamar Valley. 7 wolves try to chase him off. Suddenly, a second grizzly shows up and 6 of the wolves chase after the just arriving grizzly. Unfortunately, the action takes place in the distance and the people filming stated they were not permitted to get any closer. All things considered, they still managed to get some decent footage. With the naked eye, it was almost impossible to see what was going on, as the distance was about 250 yards. No animals were harmed in this video. Lauren is now 5 months old in this video. He was introduced to sheep since he was 7 weeks old and has been around the herd daily. Under strict supervision, the owner of these animals decided to put the wolf with a semi-dominant ram to gauge his reaction to him. The reason he chose this ram was because he was willing to stand up to Lauren but was not overly aggressive and dangerous to him. Likewise, most of the ewes would have been a poor choice and triggered a flight response in the sheep, which then may have triggered a chase drive in Lauren, which could have resulted in his predatory nature kicking in whether he meant the sheep harm or not. The pack is on the prowl and the chase takes the wolves into a large body of water as they try to isolate an elk, but all the animals are big and fast. The wolves don't quit as the elk tried to stick together in the middle of the water hole. When the wolves approach, they run in unison and head the other way. A gray wolf attacks an elk in the middle of a river in Yellowstone National Park. This dramatic footage of the encounter was
Wolves are majestic animals that belong to the canine family. They are known for their beautiful fur coats that can range from gray to black, brown, or even white. Wolves are highly social creatures and often live in family groups called packs. The pack is led by the alpha male and alpha female, who are the dominant members of the group. Wolves are carnivorous and primarily feed on large herbivores such as deer, elk, and moose. In the wild, they are skilled hunters and work together to take down prey. Wolves have been hunted and persecuted by humans for many years, leading to a decline in their population. However, conservation efforts have helped to protect and increase their numbers in certain areas. Overall, wolves are fascinating animals that play an important role in the ecosystem. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe and like. See you next time. Goodbye.